Well, the Warriors pay Klay top dollar this year. He thinks he's the most underrated free agent. I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
Klay, like, are they like the molded?
He obviously means K Klay, not C Klay.
Yeah, they need to pay him as much money as Klay Thompson wants on June 30th.
All right, from Gab, who do you think the Bucks will re-sign? He obviously means resign. I know what you meant there by your typo.
I did too.
You don't mean reding.
Hopefully everyone, if the Bucks are... Well, okay, they can't resign everyone.
Yeah.
But they have Malcolm Brogdon, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Nikola Mirotic. Nikola Mirotic is the most expendable one of those three. They really like Brook Lopez. So I think, honestly, Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez back is more likely than Malcolm Brogdon and Lopez. I think...
Which would make a lot of teams happy if they want Brogdon.
Yeah, and Chris Middleton is the number one priority, all-star, max out. Brook Lopez... incredible year. I mean, did stuff that I never expected.
Apparently, he shoots threes now.
I mean,
and as for the past couple of years, that just came out of nowhere.
Blew my mind.
All right, from Brunil Jacobs, what are the chances of Kyrie signing with the Lakers, even with the rumors he prefers the Nets? So you're obviously against it, but what's your percentage of him going to the Lakers?
Do my math in my head. 18.6.
Oddly specific. Okay. All right, Rain Man. All right, Tommy H. Chances Kawhi goes to the Clippers. So same percentage. They're going to go ahead and do the math in your head.
Okay. This one's a little bit easier because I'm going to go 65% he goes back to Toronto.
Okay.
It's pretty high. And then I'd go 30% Clippers.
Okay.
5% the field.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Is our math right?
Math comes close enough. All right, Zach, my guy, do we see any three-way trades for Anthony Davis? I think there's a real possibility there.
I think it's almost more likely than just a straight-up two-team trade. I don't know who the third team's going to be. I don't know what they're going to get. I don't know what all the moving parts are going to be. Here's what's going to happen, though. It's going to be a huge three-team trade with a lot of players moved around, and nobody's going to know who's going where except Anthony Davis to wherever he ends up.
So I've tried to think of a three-teamer. We've mentioned this kind of off-air behind the scenes with the show, and I'm like, well, maybe the Hawks, if they package those two firsts for number 4, and then Pelicans do something. I don't know if they want 8 and 10 for 4, though. And they've kind of implied that they want a player. I just don't know what that player would be and who they could get. Could they put together a package for Bradley Beal? It's a little bit more of a win-now move, potentially, but 4 and... I know the Wizards like Ingram, but would Lonzo Ball be enough? Would 4 and Lonzo for Bradley Beal work in its own individual trade?
Potentially, but then what do you do with John Wall when he gets back? Then you got to figure that out, and it gets weird. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. This is going to be crazy trade season. I can't wait. SZN.
Yes, best kind of season there. All right, Daniel D. Do you think Golden State offers Boogie a contract with this Kevin Durant injury?
No.
They can only offer him like the mid-level, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't have the cap space to offer him a full-on max or go over the cap for it.
I just don't see why they would either. I don't think he really provided that much for him.
All right, Anthony T. This is a different one. Would you like to see a team in Seattle or Las Vegas? And do you think there would ever be an expansion?
Adam Silver was actually asked about this, and he straight up shot it down. So there's not going to be an expansion anytime soon.
Too bad.
But
silly of the NBA to not even pull the NFL move. Hey, we're going to go to Seattle if you don't give us a new arena.
Yeah, I would love to see a team back in Seattle someday.
That's by far, I think, the best outcome there. All right, from Terrence again. Would you want to see AD and Zion pair up? I would love it.
I was so hoping that once David Griffin got there, he'd be able to convince Anthony Davis to stay, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool, but something happens there. All right, from Maverick Forever, which team for Cousins makes the most sense to you?
I really don't know. Like, trying to predict where DeMarcus Cousins is going to go this offseason is so difficult because I don't know what he wants, and I don't know what team is willing to wait for him to get back around to what he was.
How about you reunite the Twin Towers in LA with AD and LeBron?
I mean, he would love that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the Lakers can pull that off with the money unless DeMarcus takes less.
Boogie could take like the mid again, and potentially I think the thing why it could work, I know those are two big guys and LeBron loves to operate in the paint, but those two guys can shoot well enough that they can space the floor too.
Yeah, I like it. I don't hate that at all.
All right. From GamerStar678, chances KD stays with the Warriors if they don't win the finals.
If they don't win the finals.
Which you're already operating on this assumption that they won't.
I don't think they will. I'm picking the Toronto Raptors to win. But I would say it's almost 50-50 in my opinion. It's, 50% he goes, literally somewhere else, or 50% he stays. And I know it's a cop-out answer, but
I'll go 20% he stays.
Oh, wow. So you're a little bit lower.
I think he's leaving.
It doesn't shock me. It won't shock me if he
And
stays.
even 20 if he feels high for me, frankly. All right, from Rainier Albert, chances the Raptors end it tomorrow. So more math for you, Jimmy.
High. I'm going to say 72% chance the Raptors end it tomorrow. I'm fairly confident that they come out swinging and put them in the dirt early.
All right, from John Johnson Jr., I'm sorry for your name. Do you think this year the Warriors are better than the 98 Bulls?
If they're healthy.
Yeah, okay. That's a good answer there. If they're healthy, yes.
Yep.
Because, I mean, they probably would have ended it already given the way we saw Durant play in that first game. All right, Chris Jones, can the Warriors afford to keep both KD and Klay?
Yes, question mark?
Yes, they can.
Okay, pay the luxury tax.
It's in the end, it's not save. They wouldn't, if they re-sign KD and Klay in theory, it's not about them saving money to add somebody else. It's about avoiding the luxury tax. That's the key thing there. All right, next up from Gab here. What should the Suns do this offseason? I think they got to go find a point guard.
They have to find a point guard, and that should come from the draft. Either Darius Garland or Kobe White, whoever falls to them at that time. And all of a sudden, your starting lineup is, I would predict Kobe White right now. Kobe White, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, who I love, DeAndre Ayton, who would be a Rookie of the Year in any other season, and then throw in T.J. Warren and develop those young guys there.
I don't know if they can find a veteran point guard, but that'd be great. I think Beverly would be a great fit. You mentioned him for the Bulls, I think.
Beverly would be a great fit. I think they'll look to try to grab D'Angelo Russell if he becomes available with the Nets.
That'd be a fun fit.
But does he want to go there? They also really want, I know Lonzo Ball wants to go to Phoenix. That's what LeVar Ball wants him to do.
Tricky to actually pull that off.
I just don't know how it would happen unless it's a three-way team.
Yeah. All right, from Erin, is this going to be the end of the super team era now that Durant is out?
I mean, we've kind of already seen it trending backward.
Yeah.
Backtracking. It depends on what you call a super team. Is it 2 top 10 players? Is it 3? Whatever you call it. I'm not going to call it the end of the super team era, but I don't think it's insane to think that it's over.
All right, from Pay Me, my Venmo is at @WhatGoingDowney. What would be a good trade for Dennis?
I mean, here's the thing. The Thunder are really trying to offload this guy.
I don't know what his value truly is. I mean, he can be a good bench scorer for you, but how much value does he carry with a $15.5 million deal
He's
for
a
3 years or something?
great 6-man most of the time if he's locked in. If he's not, his defense is so miserable that you almost can't even play him. I don't know what a good trade is for him. Hopefully for the Thunder, you trade him somewhere that's willing to give you future picks and no salary on your books right now.
All right, from Ravioli, how about some Tobias Harris destinations?
I believe the Sacramento Kings will go after him.
Ooh, yeah, that makes sense.
But they have Harrison Barnes there, and if he opts in, then probably
not. They can't, yeah.
Dallas Mavericks will go after him. That's been reported. I don't think he's their first option, though. The Utah Jazz will go after him, and I think that's his best fit is Utah. But staying in Philadelphia won't surprise me one bit.
All right, next up from Bawana Beast. What team is pretty much set up for next year and do not need many free agents or picks to fill holes? So basically, which team isn't going to make the most moves and remain a legit title or at least playoff contender?
Golden State without their current free agents, besides Klay Thompson. You bring back Klay Thompson, don't go out and get anybody else.
You're fine.
You're still a top 3 team in the West at minimum. The Utah Jazz really don't have to because they'll still be kind of in the middle of that top, in the Western Conference.
Depending on what happens with Millsap, Denver I think fits into that category.
Denver will be nice. Eastern Conference teams, the Raptors, if they can bring back Kawhi, that's really all they need to do. And then after that, it's like everybody else is going to be looking to make
something
moves.
at least, yeah. All right, from Jack again, if KD does leave, is there a possibility that the Warriors will sign AD? No. The only way they could get Anthony Davis is via trade. They can't sign him. And if you're the Warriors and or the Pelicans, are you going to trade Anthony Davis for some combination of Draymond Green and Klay Thompson?
No. Nope.
Yeah. I don't know if either team would actually end up doing that there. All right, from Hey Yo, how's it going? Do you think the Sixers should start another rebuild? My question is, but why?
Here's the only reason you would is if Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris walk and you literally can't sign anybody else, and then you have still a young Ben Simmons and a young Joel Embiid. Maybe Joel Embiid, needs to rest for a lot of the season, and they tank it out next year, and that would kind of suck if you're a Philadelphia fan.
All right, from Big Oso, who is the most underrated coach ever in the NBA? Mark Jackson. I'm kidding. I'm not serious at all about that.
Wow.
Total joke.
Wow.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I know Mike Budenholzer is like in the running for Coach of the Year, but he still feels underrated to me. You know, I know he might have made some questionable decisions with Giannis's playing time in the Eastern Conference Finals, but that one's up there.
Bud makes a lot of sense to me there. All right, from Albert, what do you think is going to happen with DeAndre Jordan this offseason? Mark Cuban will be driving around downtown Dallas begging through text for Jordan's cell phone again and his address.
DeAndre Jordan, thank you for getting Kristaps Porzingis to Dallas. You did your job. That's all we needed out of you. All Dallas needed out of you, excuse me. What happens to DeAndre Jordan? He'll sign with a contender.
Detroit.
Why?
Just to reunite with Blake.
Oh, I was like,
also not a
Andre
serious
Drummond.
answer.
Okay. I think he signs with a contender.
They're going to go with the broken 2K move of signing 5 centers and playing them all at once.
Yeah.
No, I think contender makes the most sense. How about the Lakers?
Yeah, Lakers make a lot of sense. You finally get a replacement for JaVale McGee, but that's only if they get other big-name guys.
All right, from 1K Mook, who do you think the Hawks will draft?
So if they stay at 8 and 10, I predicted DeAndre Hunter and Bol if they're both there. And then Cam Reddish would be a dream selection for the Hawks. Now, if they move up, if they trade those with Cleveland, they get Jarrett Culver. It's a really good running mate for Colin Sexton.
I think those make some sense there. And then pick 17. Maybe they just take, another wing, another guard, a bench player at that point. It's probably not going to be a same impact caliber as some of the other options out there. Who is your finals MVP pick if Golden State wins?
Steph Curry. If Golden State wins, which I'm not picking them if you haven't noticed by now, I'd be really happy for Steph Curry. It's the one thing missing from his resume. You put that on there and top 10 player of all time.
I think that certainly makes some sense. I think Curry actually is a all-time top 10 NBA player. But speaking of that, by the way, folks, who do you guys have in Game 6? Let us know in the comments section. Type W for the Warriors and type R for the Raptors. Jimmy, of course, you're going here with the Toronto Raptors.
I'm going to stick with it. I would not be surprised to see a double-digit win from Kawhi Leonard and Toronto in Game 6.
I will go with the Golden State Warriors, and in large part just because I don't think you're going to see the Warriors lose 3 straight games in Oracle Arena. I have a very difficult time seeing that be the case. I think you'll see a scenario where they find a way to win that game. It goes back to Game 7 in Toronto, and we see what happens then. And of course, from a drama standpoint, and I love a good drama, I think that makes the most sense.
You gotta love it.
And the NBA is rigged anyway, so of course they're going to go to 7 games here, and then they'll let the chips fall, where they may.
Naturally.
I also don't know if I see Golden State winning 2 in a row on the road in Toronto, with a crowd that is just going to be desperate for that win.
Absolutely.
Right.